how are you?
Hey, V.
Hey, Sharrell.
We rolling solo.
We
are rolling solo, people.
Yep.
Here, let me put my...
It's the two of us. Can we handle it?
Can I handle this? People forget I used to work by myself on my channel for 2 years before Perry even came along.
I never worked by myself, so...
That's right. Also, guys, no Perry tonight. He is in North Carolina and in the chat. I don't know what he's doing in the chat. But he is not even in the state. He is in the chat, okay? Thank you, Perry, for being in the chat. I'm just checking in. Oh, wow. He is a mess. Now, listen. So Nosy Ho was supposed to come on with us today. She said she's running late. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and get started anyway. So we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels today, exclusive details on his death. And then we're going to talk about, Wendy Williams and that sham that her and Jason had going at the night of the Met Gala. Let's start with Kevin Samuels, because this is an explosive hot topic. He was trending yesterday. It's so touchy. Let's get right into it. So yesterday, someone called me and said, Sharrell, head over to Nosy's channel because Nosy's saying that Kevin Samuels passed away. And I said, what? She literally was the first person to talk about this Kevin Samuels situation on YouTube. It was before any of the mainstream mainstream media picked it up. She was the first one, and she really needs to get credit. I love the way Nosy does her investigations. It'll start out as a question. Someone said, hey, I heard something about Kevin Samuels, and she sent her mermaids out. People start calling in with facts, details, until they got to the point that, yes, he has passed away. They had figured out so much information. Let's go over some of the things that they uncovered yesterday. And if you go to her channel, on her YouTube channel, Nosy Ho Live, you will see the investigation as it unfolded, and you will see she was the first one to break this story. This is not the first story she's broke. V, have you been in Nosy's grips when she's uncovering an investigation and you can't take your eyes off of it?
And I sat there with my popcorn.
Yeah, that's how it was yesterday. Yeah. People were calling in, and she was like, she was calling hospitals, and everything unfolded. But let me relay some of the stuff that she uncovered on her channel, and she needs to get credit for that. Kevin Samuels, and they're talking about it now on the Clubhouse. Yes, Kevin Samuels had passed away. Yes, he was with a woman. Turns out, allegedly, that the woman was a prostitute, and they're talking about it now on Clubhouse, and it's titled Kevin Samuels. Okay, I messed that up. I don't know how to redo it. Kevin Samuels died with an escort that isn't even Black. According to the rumors, the escort was Hawaiian, a Hawaiian woman. And that's shocking right there. Also, allegedly, he died from a cocaine fentanyl overdose. If you go back to Nosy's channel, she will say in explicit detail what the mainstream media is picking up now. She said that they had a special night together. He started complaining about his heart, having pains in his heart. And next thing you know, he fell on top of her and he was dead. She called 911. They came to the scene and claimed him dead on arrival. They took him to the hospital anyway, tried to recover and everything, but he was already dead by the time he got to the hospital. This is what she uncovered yesterday. Still, as bloggers, we have to say allegedly. This all came out yesterday, and they even said yesterday that it was from a cocaine fentanyl allegedly overdose. But what really shocked me about this thing is I knew who Kevin Samuels was just because he's so popular. I really never watched him. I put on my social media, RIP Kevin Samuels. This is all while the investigation was going on. And I got a shitload of backlash of people saying, I'm glad he's gone. And I'm not making this up. Good
Have you
riddance.
ever heard of that?
I was so shocked. So I said to Nosy, oh my God, go to my Instagram. People are cussing me out for saying R.I.P. Kevin. And she said, yeah, he's got a bad reputation. He always talks down to Black women. That's why I wish she was here, but she had to cancel at the last minute. I said, what are some of the things that he said? She gave me a whole list of stuff that he said about Black women, like, you don't deserve to be with someone. I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff. I never watched him like that. I just knew who he was, and I knew who he was because I seen him on Tasha K's show before. But people are happy. I've never had this before. I don't even know how I feel about it because I'm used to when somebody passes away, everyone feels sad and they say RIP. And when I talk about a lot of people was in my comment section, I'm not lying. Like they're like good riddance. And so I was so shocked. So hopefully Nosy will call in when she's finished doing what she's doing. I think she's live at Clubhouse and wrapping that up and come in and tell us the details. So that was going to be a big part of my show of people are glad that he's gone. Also, too, they also mentioned that he's been married twice, 2 divorces. And this doesn't make sense to me, but I haven't watched the show. I don't watch the show. 2 divorces. He had a first marriage lasted 1 year, which he had a daughter in his first marriage. Second marriage lasts 3 years. And he was given advice about women getting mid and having good relationships. I mean, I don't know if does that mean you can't give advice about relationships, but twice divorce is awkward. I would say that. Also, they are saying that the mother who came out did not know that he had passed away. She found out through social media because when Nosy started talking about this, then they start talking about it in Clubhouse, and the word spread like wildfire. It just boom, and nobody could confirm it for a long time. He came and went at the same time, allegedly.
Okay, wow. Reggie. Okay, Reggie.
I've never experienced anything like that. People don't like this man. And I'm going to open the phone lines up as soon as I'm done. I want to hear why. I'm trying to wait for Nosy to get over. I've never, ever heard people say good riddance, adios, see you later, glad he's gone. I was just shocked. But if you have 1.2 million followers, somebody had to like you, right?
Yeah.
It's insane. But also too, so he was supposed to be married 3 times, but they only could confirm two marriages. But that's all I can share with you right now until Nosy comes. That it's absolutely.
That's a bad legacy to leave behind.
He wasn't.
When people are saying bye, see you later.
Here's Sheila. You know I love Sheila. He said that single black that had children wasn't a value to Black men because they had baggage.
No. That's not
he said stuff like that. Yeah, I heard he was very, very hard on Black women. I don't know. I never watched his show. I tried to watch it one time and it took like forever for him to come on. Like he was like playing music. I was like sitting there like 15 minutes. And he's just like dilly-dallying around. I was like, I don't have time for this. Like, go. So I left. But cocaine and fentanyl is a
deadly combination.
It's a deadly combination, but it's becoming more popular. What was Tony Braxton's niece Lauren died from the combination. We know that Prince died from fentanyl. Hate to say it, someone in my family OD'd on it, weed and fentanyl. And it seems like they're lacing a lot of these street drugs with fentanyl. Sorry, guys, I'm home alone and my dog is here.
Looking for somebody to talk to.
These people are going in on the chat of the things that he's been saying about Black women. So I'll take calls later about that. So that's what I have to say right now about. Oh God, I just had to put this one up. This is good riddance, you piece of shit.
Whoa. I think.
Listen, there's not one person that feels this way. It's a lot of people that feel this way. So there has to be some kind of truth to why so many people feel this way. So I'm not going to knock anybody for saying the things that they say. I'm just going to say, as somebody that's not into them, I've never heard of somebody passing away. Usually people say, oh, okay, yeah, you did this, but he's gone. Let bygones be bygones. No, they're going in. So I don't know. That's why, Nosy, please hurry up. I want to hear all the stuff that he said. I think I covered all the basics, which is no, baby. Oh, my God. That's my dog.
He's which like, you're busy right now. I got to entertain myself.
No. Which is I've never heard of such an outpour of hate. People are not liking Kevin Samuel. So I don't know what he did or what he said. And another thing I find odd is that when he passed away, he had just did a video probably like 5 hours ago. So it was really creepy and spooky. So, but right now the word is that the girl the woman was a prostitute. Wow. Wouldn't wish anyone death, but not sorry. Ooh. Oh, see?
I'm just horrified at some of the comments that people are making, but what a terrible legacy to leave behind when people are saying goodbye, good riddance to you when you pass away.
I need to know. I got to hurry up and do this Wendy Williams story because I need to open up the phones. So you guys need to tell me what in the hell did he do to make this many people mad at him? All right, so let's move on to Wendy, and hopefully Nosy Ho will be joining us. I know, I hate to call her that. She named herself that. So let's move on to Wendy Williams. Okay, so you guys remember Jason Lee came out the night of the Met Gala. They were at an after party, and he showed the world this video showing Wendy looking healthy, looking good. Here, it's only 30 seconds. Let me show it to you.
To New York for the Met Gala, but I wasn't gonna come outside without the sexiest date in New York City. How you doing? How you doing? Bye.
I gave it rave reviews. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for the $50 super chat. I really appreciate it. I gave it rave reviews. I said she looked good. She gave an interview to TMZ, but not a sit-down interview. Like, they're yelling questions at her and she's just answering back. When are you coming back? Wendy, September, like that. And literally her back was to them. And I don't know where they were going. Because if I really would have thought about it, most parties like that, at after parties for such a special occasion as the Met Gala, you have ballet. So I don't know where they were going. They were in a parking lot walking. Was this staged? And now the Sun is coming out reporting that some of her friends are coming out speaking about her behavior. Oh, Nosy's here. Yay. Hold on. Let me get it. Hey, Nosy. I'm so
Hey, I can't stay for long, but I wanted to make sure I pop on.
Thank you. Okay, let me make this really quickly. I was telling everybody how you broke that story first.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I enjoyed every minute of it. I love watching your investigations. Y'all, you sent your mermaids out. Y'all was putting 2 and 2 together, and it spread like wildfire through social media. And the media did not pick it up till the next day.
Yeah, later that night, and yeah.
And then I was telling you also, allegedly, he died of cocaine and fentanyl overdose. And you said, and allegedly there was a prostitute with him?
So this is what's being said. So when we were investigating, we were like figuring out what happened. I have mermaids on the grounds in Atlanta. So I had a mermaid who said that her boyfriend was a cop and he responded to the scene. Another mermaid said that her husband is a firefighter. He responded to the scene. We had a mermaid who works at a hospital and she clocked out and went over to the hospital.
It was so good. It was so good.
Yes. So we did a whole investigation for almost 4 hours. And then I got a hold to the police report. So I first found out about this earlier in the day from a blogger who has people who live in Atlanta. People were not talking about it on the blogs, but the blogger told me and they were afraid to put it out. So I was like, well, I'm going to just ask the mermaids. I said, I did not say anything in the title. I did change the title after, but initially the title said allegedly Kevin Samuels is dead because I did not know. So I just put allegedly Kevin Samuels is dead, question mark, and went live and asked my mermaids to help investigate. And we were like, we called the morgue twice.
It was so good.
The morgue would not really confirm or deny, but they said they couldn't confirm or deny at this time. And that was a key word. Those were key words. So we just started piecing it together and figuring out what happened. But what's being said is his mother found out from social media that he was dead. She didn't even know. And that the woman that he was with, I saw her information on the police report. She was born in 1990, and she's like Hawaiian or some kind of Pacific Island race. She's not a Black woman. People were asking that. And they say that she just met him the day before. She didn't know much about him. She met him that night before, and allegedly she was a sex worker.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Listen, Nosy, yeah, I got to give you credit where credit's due. Now, really quickly, I'm glad you called in. So I was telling you how everybody in my comment section was not feeling bad that he was died. And you said you were going to tell me some of the stuff that he did. What did he do?
Yes, so I want to just tell it from both sides really quickly. First of all, everything that Kevin Samuels says is not necessarily wrong. He does talk about the high value man and how certain women want the high value man, but they have a bunch of baby daddies and all of those things. And I mean, if we're being honest, men who make a lot of money are not going to necessarily want to be with a woman that has a bunch of baby daddies or a woman that is of a certain weight. He says that a lot of these women are bigger than the men, and then they want to be with high value men. And you know that men who have money have options. So they're going to go after the best woman that they can get. So he's not necessarily wrong for that. But Kevin Samuels has said problematic things like, if your child is molested, you should not believe the child. You should ask your man first.
Oh, wow.
No.
He said that. He also said some things about Black women deserve to be beat into submission and some other things that he said. So he's made some really problematic comments. He is like the leader for the manosphere. And the manosphere is just a group of Black men who hate Black women. And he's their leader. So now it looks like their queen bee is fucking dead. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Well, that's what happened because Nosy, I'm telling you, in my comment section on my IG, these women were going in on Kevin, and I was like, I've never seen anybody pass away with this kind of backlash.
Yeah.
Usually it's like
It's rest in peace, sorry.
Rest in peace or something like that.
He said some really problematic things though about Black women in particular. I don't think that he mostly talks about Black women. And how a lot of Black women, and if we're being honest, like I said, you just have to be honest about things. There is an obesity problem in Black women. I mean, the statistics don't lie. Most Black women have like heart problems or heart disease. A lot of that comes from being overweight. He talks about a lot of
we thick.
So he's just talking about things that I think people don't want to hear sometimes. Whatever, that's fine. But sometimes the things that he says is just like way out there and way overboard. No woman should believe a man over their child. You should believe your child first. That's just common sense. But he feels like men should be on this throne and a man is the head of the household and blah, blah, blah. So that's how he thinks. And he has a lot of crazy men who believe the same things. But I just want to say something else about Kevin Samuels really quick before I go. I hope that Black women realize that Kevin Samuels did not make these men feel that way about you. They already felt that way about you. They flocked to him because he vocalized it, but they already had those feelings inside of him. He's not responsible for that. He's just saying what they're already thinking. So I hope y'all realize that these men are not little infants that are being like manipulated by Kevin Samuels. They felt those feelings already. He's just a voice for them.
Yeah, but I heard that he was like hanging with Future and in a Future video or something like that.
He was with Nicki Minaj. He was with Future. He was with Tommy from Love and Hip Hop. He's been seen with a lot of celebrities. He was sitting down having a conversation with Future, I guess giving Future advice about women, but Future has a lot of baby mamas.
He gave Future advice?
Yeah. He doesn't feel like a man's value goes down when they have a lot of baby mamas. Only the woman's value goes down when she has a bunch of baby daddies. But that's
a
because
problem
of women.
right there.
But that's
a problem right there.
But that's because of women not having any standards, because women allow men to come and be with them and have a bunch of baby mamas. Men are saying, no, if you got a bunch of baby daddies, I don't want you. So that's women's fault. Be more picky like the men. That's y'all's fault.
Well, thank you, Nosy, and thank you so much for uncovering these stories. Everybody go to Nosy's channel, Nosy Whole Live. Girl, I love your investigations. This is not the first investigation that you uncovered. You've uncovered a murder before. You've uncovered a lot of stuff and other things we ain't gonna bring up right now, but you be getting to the bottom of it. Thank you, Nosy. You're my girl. Love you. Thank you so much. And the next time you uncover something, I'll be in the chat again.
All right.
Bye, Nosy.
Take care. Bye-bye. Oh my God. He done said some crazy stuff. I didn't know it was that kind of crazy.
That's crazy. But even though Nosy said that he's just speaking for a lot of men, he also was speaking for himself too. So this is why I can understand people.
Okay, so allegedly
being angry at him.
Allegedly, another rumor is that he was in the closet. He was bisexual. This is just a rumor that's going around. I don't know if that's true, but that's another rumor that's going around. He led a different kind of life. Oh, I can't wait to take calls. Let me do this Wendy thing real quick so I could hear other people, because I didn't watch him like that. I wouldn't have watched if he said, "Don't believe no." I wouldn't have watched. Okay, so last night we seen that clip from Jason Lee with Wendy Williams, the night of the gala, the Met Gala. Here, I'll play it again.
I came to New York for the Met Gala, but I wasn't gonna come outside without the sexiest date in New York City. How you doing? How you doing?
Now, I'm not gonna lie. I said she looked good. I was all for Wendy returning. She looked healthy to me. I guess I was a sucker. Now her friends are coming out talking. In the Sun, they're reporting that her friends are saying that her behavior the night of the party was bizarre. They said that eyewitness exclusively told the Sun that the former Wendy Williams host 57 seemed out of it during a rare outing. They said she seemed out of it. She wasn't there. She didn't recognize certain people. Now, the rumor is that she didn't recognize people that have known her for years. They said that Jason didn't let too many people come around her and was really kind of acting like a bodyguard instead of a date. I thought Jason Lee was gay, but maybe they were on a friend date. I don't know what kind of date this was. But also the rumor is that they are still trying to make it appear to the public that she's okay, when really she's not okay. And they're doing this because of this lawsuit with Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo wants the court to appoint a conservator. They want to put her in a conservatorship. And somebody doesn't want her to be in the conservatorship. They're saying that the family says that she should be able to take care of her own money. And so this is what's going on. These are the rumors. That's the rumors. I don't know what I believe at this point because it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I do know that before this night, before this date with Jason Lee, people have been putting out phony pictures, Photoshop pictures. They try to make us think that she was okay by doing that video with her on the beach that we realized was old. Someone's going out of their way, or maybe the whole family, I don't know who, but Wendy's side is going out of their way to make it appear that she's fine. Well, I don't know. I'm tired of this.
Didn't she look like Weekend at Bernie's to you? She did to me.
She looked like Weekend at Bernie with you.
Weekend at Bernie's, like they propped her up. Come on over here, Wendy, and talk. You know, she looked like
healthy to me. But when I start putting two and two together, where were they going in that parking lot? You should have valet parking.
And you talking about a date like a real date. You know, he sent there to watch over her so she don't wander off nowhere.
Someone said Jason Lee is straight? Candy voice. Who said that? That's what Candy says. Like, I don't know. I thought I heard he was gay. Maybe he's not. I don't know.
Whatever he is, he wasn't her real date.
You think so?
Was not her real date. No, he was there to watch over her, make sure she didn't wander off nowhere, or that people couldn't ask her too many questions.
If that's true, that means Jason Lee got paid off or somehow doing somebody a favor and is in on the plot.
Yep.
So, and somebody is going over and beyond to make us think that Wendy's okay. And I'm still, to this day, she has never sat down and did a one-on-one interview where an interviewer is asking her questions and she's responding. that
She just
interview.
ran over there to Jason. How you doing? And then they got it. They rushed her back to where she was.
That video was like that long.
Mhm.
When she said she was coming back, it was a TMZ yelling questions at her, and not even a lot of media outlets. It was just TMZ that caught her in this garage where her and Jason are walking. But where are they walking to? You have to agree, these kind of parties, they have valet. You've been to parties like this before, V, when you used to work in Newport Beach.
That's why I'm so tired of Tommy and Kevin trying to make Wendy dress up and appear to be okay.
You think
I'm
it's
sick
Tommy
of
and
it.
Kevin?
Tommy and Kevin trying to dress Wendy up to be okay. No, leave Wendy alone so she can really heal and get some rest.
Well,
she's not coming back in September.
I don't know. These are two crazy stories. Let me throw the link down because I want to hear people talk about Kevin Samuels, because I didn't know these things were being said. And this is the first time in my life, of somebody passing away and no one cares.
Mine too.
Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I was like horrified. I was like, no.
These things are going so fast. We got a lot of people in the chat today. Let me do it again. Hold on. Here, there it is. I mean, my goodness. I want to know. I want to hear all sides of the story about Kevin. Oh, it filled up quickly. Let's start with keeping up. Hey, Queen.
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? Tell me what you know about Kevin Samuels first.
Wonderful. I'll be back. Wendy will be back.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you have to admit that she has not sat down and given anybody a full-on regular interview. Why not?
Because there are other things going on, and I think that we will see here, and just give us some time here in the next few months, we'll see like another story comes out. Oh, something happened, so let's just get ready for that. As far as like Kevin Samuels, I'm not going to sit here and rejoice in somebody's death, whether if I agree with them or not. I don't feel like that's right. But everybody has their own opinion. He did exploit a woman before, and then this happened. So that's why I always say, be careful how you treat people, and be nice. It's free. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your legacy. It's not what you do to people, it's how you make them feel. And people will always remember how you made them feel at the end of the day.
But let me ask you this, Queen. He had 1.2 million subscribers. Somebody had to like him, right?
A lot of people do love him and like him. A lot of people that are not coming forward, they supported it. And now that their master is gone, it's like, what do they do?
Do we have anybody else on the internet kind of like him? Who's gonna that's a lot of people.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Well, it was like those guys, the Manos, the Fit and Fresh, or whoever they were, they downgraded women, so I could compare them to him. The Fresh and Fit, y'all don't think that they were like that with women?
I don't watch
I don't know them. Yeah.
Okay, so these are a set of guys that are in the manosphere. They uplift the white women and they downgrade the black women. There was a young lady, what was her name? Long story short, they had a misunderstanding. She tried to stand up for herself and the dude pushed her, and it just went crazy. It went crazy.
Most importantly, I like your wig.
Isn't that
me?
Wendy Williams wig.
I love that. I love it. Let's take another caller. Hi, Stanique. How are you?
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello.
Sound off on Kevin, because I really want to know more about it. Did you want to sound off on him?
Yeah. Now, no, I was not a fan of him, but him dying like this unexpectedly is so suspicious. And then the word with who the girl is, and I honestly can't wait for the autopsy, because I really think it was drugs that played a part in this, because he seemed like a healthy man. Like, how does he just wake up and just die of a heart attack after being with a woman, a random woman on top of that, the night before?
Do you believe the cocaine and fentanyl rumors?
Yes, I believe it. I definitely believe it, because as soon as I heard it last night, I'm like, at first I thought it was a lie. And then it's like, when I found out it's true, I'm like, no. I said, it's no way this man just woke up and had a heart attack and died.
So he died hours before putting out his last video. Did you see the last video?
No, I didn't even know he had put out a video before he, I guess, went out that night.
Queen, when you saw him on those videos, did he seem fidgety or?
I didn't see the video, but I want to say this. It was it's a lot going on. A lot of people that don't care for him, and so I feel like it was a setup. It was definitely a setup.
Me too.
Oh.
That young lady was bait, and she was only acting off of the direction that she was given, allegedly.
Y'all are.
I mean, but if somebody don't care for you, that's one thing. But to want you to be dead, ain't that a little serious?
No, listen to what they're saying, V. They're saying there's more to this story. He had a lot of enemies. And
yeah,
this
a
just
lot
seems...
of women felt a way about him. Like, you see the way people are rejoicing now with him being dead. You see it.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't put it past women to really set him up. Like, honestly.
Ooh.
Mm.
I mean,
With something young and tender, you know.
Yeah, like, he should have been way more like subjective to the women he was dating, knowing that he was out here like this big time YouTuber, and then he was so it was so controversial with what he would say. So he should have been very cautious with the women he would date, even if it was a one night stand. Like, he can't just be out with randoms. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, he can't do that.
I mean, y'all putting up some serious points up here. The hatred, it was huge. I never experienced anything like this before.
Yeah.
See, people say, "How dare you say R.I.P. Sharrell?" I'm like, huh? What?
I
didn't know.
Well, it's because you have a heart. I mean, and even though you heard the things that he said, I don't personally. Why would? That's just like you laughing at somebody today. You get hit by a car tomorrow.
Yeah.
What you laughing for? You know.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How could the hatred be so strong that people want to see him dead? That's what I don't get.
That's horrible. Social media is just out of control. It's out of control.
It's crazy. Apartments, what you know about this situation?
Well, for one, I know that he was promoting this energy drink called Red Bull, and it was allegedly that he was drinking 6 of them a day.
Oh, wow.
I never imagined him to be a drug user, but Federline, it mostly clears it. That will drop you like a light.
You heard he was drinking 6 Red Bulls a day?
Yes, and I also heard that he was endorsing Red Bull, so he was just taking it too far. And I have witnessed that product actually taking my boss to high blood pressure.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very dangerous drink, allegedly.
I was gonna ask too, do anybody know if that drink is addictive?
Very dangerous. It's a dangerous drink.
It is. I have a family member that had a problem with energy drinks, and she had to go to the hospital.
Yes.
She was drinking them so much.
Especially if you mix that with alcohol, that Red Bull, it would take your heart, it will explode it.
So are you shocked that he's allegedly been caught with a prostitute? Did he seem the type?
No, he didn't. Not to me.
I think it's really sad the way his legacy is going to be disgraced. But I had to make a video on my page for people to stop disrespecting this man's soul. You was raised better than that is wrong. And after this man is already off the face of this earth. He has a soul. He has a family members, and people need to be more compassionate. Like let the madness stop. It's a limit to this madness. Stop disgracing that man's soul. You don't have to, I made a video about him. I believed him to be a swindler, but I am not going to disrespect his soul.
Well, the Apartments, listen, has somebody ever did something to you that's just unforgivable, or do you just can't forget?
Yes, and guess what? It took a person that I met on the internet to teach me forgiveness, and I thank God, because once I was able to forgive, the burden was off of me.
But don't forgiveness come in stages? You got to be ready.
No, it has to come with someone introducing their God righteousness to you. You know, you have to have a God, you have to have a heart. You know, I was being ungodly. Like I was actually going to die with not speaking to my family ever again. And I'm so glad that I learned forgiveness. Now I'm so happy.
But
And I'm
Stanique, do you see what I'm saying? Don't you have to get to a certain point where you're ready to forgive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
you
doesn't.
do.
I honestly, I know he has said a lot of things, but what I personally did was just not watch him. I was
Yeah.
line, of the feedback and the things that women, would be mad at what he said. But it's like, listen, a lot of women would go to him for advice, knowing he was gonna say something to offend them. And it's like what he did, women should not wish death on this man or be happy that this man has died.
Canelo, can you turn your TV down?
Oh, I thought I turned it down. Hold on, put it on mute.
And then as soon as you can say, what do you know about Kevin Samuels? I didn't watch him.
I knew what I've seen of him several years ago. It was right, I think it was like between 2019, 2020. Very disrespectful, very nasty, but I do not like everybody dancing on his grave.
Mhm.
I did when I walked through the door yesterday. I didn't even know the guy had dropped dead because I'm here in Atlanta. I hadn't heard nothing. If Nosy hadn't reported it, I would have never known. And Miss Andrea, she contacted me, Kenny. I was like, wait, what? Who died? Then there's some videos are out there. Now I don't know if you guys know, but you was right. They have been saying that he's either bisexual. He's a bisexual guy.
Yeah, I heard
He
that.
came out and started saying that he wasn't, but somebody clipped the video. It's online somewhere. I don't know if it was taken down. This was last year.
A video of what?
Of him in the house with a man.
Mhm.
Walking with booty shorts.
Mhm.
In the back.
A video? What?
The guy.
You seen this video or you heard about this video?
We
No,
seen the
I
video.
saw it with my own eyes.
You
It-
seen the video. Canelo, stop.
Let me describe. No, let me describe it. Apartment just told you.
I seen it.
He is sitting in front of the computer. He was doing, I don't know if he was doing a live stream or doing a conference call. You see the guy walking in the back with booty shorts just going to the bedroom.
Okay.
No
now,
comment.
if I'm lying, my
I ain't
channel
got
will
no
get struck
comment.
again.
What, Stanique, have you seen this?
No, I have not.
I'm
Listen,
telling you,
I
I can't remember who put it up, but
I
is
seen
out
the
there.
video. I
You
seen the
seen it
video.
apart?
I
Oh my
seen the
God.
video with my own eyes, and me being 58 years old with wisdom, I judged him to be bisexual also.
Because see, the thing is, people had clocked him being gay, and he came out and was like, I am not gay. I don't do all of that. That's not me. And he got caught slipping with that video in the back, and he was, half dressed. He didn't even have on full clothes.
Look at this. People seen the video.
See?
Oh,
I'm
it
not
sounds like
lying.
he pissed a lot of people off. He had a lot of enemies, and he was hiding his sexuality. This is a lot going on, y'all. This is a lot.
And he had a big huge following. That's
But
what
see,
I
the
don't
funny-
understand.
But see, the funny thing is, this came out while he was alive, but he still did not come after this video surfaced. He didn't come out and say anything about it. He didn't say nothing about it. He kept going back and started, degrading women like he been doing. But this video is surfacing. He ain't saying nothing. So, I don't blame the women for jumping on him the way they are, but I just wouldn't wish death on anybody.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's just me.
It's limitations to the disrespect.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, I would drag him all day with that video. I was dead.
Hello.
Did you see the video, Amy J?
Yeah, that was just somebody in some covers. I didn't see.
Oh, it was the covers. Okay, I thought it was booty short. I couldn't remember. It's been so long
was a
ago.
man laying in a cover, like wrapped up in a cover. That could have been a family member that stayed over. I don't know. I need to see the full act.
Amy,
No,
what
you
are
need
your
to go
what are
see
your
it.
thoughts on Kevin? Because this is
So I'm gonna say one thing. He was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma when he was 21 years old.
what is
And
that?
It's a cancer.
Okay.
So what I
Isn't it a blood cancer or something like that?
So what I've learned about the cancer is they said if you've gone through chemotherapy or radiation therapy, they said you're at risk for heart attack up to 25 years after treatment. So he was always at risk of having a heart attack because he had the lymphoma.
So you don't buy the cocaine, fentanyl?
No, I believe that he has been overworking himself. He has been on the rate. They said that his regimen was only 4 hours to 5 hours of sleep a night. He's drinking Red Bull, and then also he has a complicated health history from having cancer and receiving treatment. And they tied the cancer and the heart attack is correlated. They said these people who get treatment for it, they are at the highest risk of a heart attack because of it. So,
do you believe the prostitute rumor?
No, they said the woman was the RN, and that was in the report. The report said that it was a registered nurse that called for a defibrillator. So this was somebody he met. He probably had casual sex with, and he passed out from his own health issues. So,
do you like Kevin? Are you a supporter?
Well, here's the thing. I used to watch Kevin like way in the beginning when he had like a small following, and when he was just doing like cologne reviews and stuff like that. And then I also saw when he was doing relationship advice, but he used to like roast men, and people would listen to him. And then when he did when it got to the point where he got really, really popular, I stopped watching. And it has everything to do with the content had changed. Because
are you shocked at the public's reaction?
No, I'm not shocked.
Nobody's shocked. Believe me.
No, here's the thing. I think it's very tasteless. I think it's inappropriate, and I think it's because my thing is if someone dies, you don't have anything good to say. Just let their family have their mourning period.
Right.
And then you just keep quiet. I think people are so so used to doing this on social media, they don't realize how bad it is. I don't care if this man, he's not in any true power. He was an opinionated person that did commentary and content on YouTube. He is one of the best that ever did it in regards to, he's popular. He gained over 1 million subscribers. That is a big deal for Black YouTubers. So it's things you could say positive about him and also understand why people like him. But for me, I just didn't get what people laughing about someone death when we all gotta die. It's not funny.
And I think with YouTube that people have become very insensitive.
Yes.
With YouTube, because YouTube is such a dog eat dog world that people have just become very insensitive to each other's feelings.
But it's a lot of people.
Yeah,
it's
Twitter.
Understandable, but it's a time and a place. Posting things. If you're a blue check, you should not be talking. This is a YouTube situation. And everybody who's on here just talking reckless, do you not understand we all gotta die?
Mm-hmm.
We all have families. We all have to basically deal with the same repercussions if you did something inappropriate. It's just not the place to do it. It's wrong. Mm-hmm. And I'm just not with it. I say this, I used to watch him and stopped watching him for various reasons that other people did. But I'm not going to sit up here and laugh and dance because he died.
No, I wouldn't do that either. That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. When I see it, I'm like, y'all just don't know no better. It's just that you weren't raised right. That's all I can think. You have to have pull it in. Even if you don't like him, it's just don't share it like the way they're doing on it. People are laughing about it. His mother is clearly hurt. I cannot. I'm just like, no, it's not cool.
All right, guys, let me bring up another panel, and I appreciate you. That's my dog, Clown. He is clowning. Let me bring up. Thank you, guys. I appreciate the call.
See y'all later, guys.
I'm like Israel.
Can you believe he's acting like this? This is the first time he's home by himself.
That's why
hi, Sheila. Like hey, Sebastian. Hey,
Hello.
Autumn. Let's start off with you, Sebastian, and I'm gonna go get my dog. Go ahead. Tell me what you think of the situation.
Okay, the Kevin Samuel situation. I don't wish death on no one. I don't disrespect anyone. If you're dead, well then that's you. Whatever you did probably came back flying to you 3 times harder. It's actually pushing a dangerous rhetoric. And on the Wendy Williams situation, because I always defend my queen. Wendy is okay. The thing is, I feel like she's not. I feel she's okay, but I feel like she's not aware about what could she say. Because even on her show, she would say stuff without even thinking. And I feel
What do you mean? What do you mean? You feel like she's okay? If she's okay, she's okay. If she's not, she's not.
I said okay. I didn't say fine. I said okay.
Meaning what?
I said okay. I said for now she's okay. She could get to a point where she's fine. maybe by September she will be fine. But the thing is, I don't think she should go back to her show. I just strongly love Wendy. I believe that she should go on Spotify. It will be way better because she'll be unfiltered and can say whatever she wants. And I also want to condemn the Wendy Williams show for not even shouting her out or anything, being at the after party of the Met Gala. Like, what the hell was that? Like,
Oh my God.
that showed me
Sebastian's
everything.
going hard for his girl.
That showed me
Okay.
everything. Norman betrayed her. Suzanne betrayed her. Everyone at that show
Oh my God.
Sebastian, stop.
Sebastian, they probably portrayed her because they don't like her because apparently she was a tyrant behind the scenes.
Well,
I
okay,
do
that
I do agree with what you said. I think she's fine for now. To answer your question, Sharrell, I think the reason they keep putting her out here in bits and pieces is not even for the TV show per se. I think she's still trying to get her money back from Wells Fargo.
Yeah,
So I
that's- yeah.
think, yeah, I think she's trying to make these appearances to make it seem like she's okay to get her money back. And if that's what you have to do, then do that. Me personally, I don't think that a podcast or a YouTube channel or whatever would be a right fit for her, only because when she was doing those Zoom TV shows from home, it was horrible. It seems to me like she needs a live audience to feed off of. She needs a lot more, background and pomp and circumstance to help her out. But whatever that lady wants to do, let her do. I hope she gets her money. So whatever she got to do, whoever she got to fool, whatever she got to costume she got to put on and dance she got to do, let her get her money. Now, as far as everything else, then that's that.
I want you to sound off on Kevin Samuels because you were trying to send in super chats. What did you want to say about that situation?
I've seen this live a couple of times. What made me initially start watching them, someone sent the video to me saying you have to see this guy go in on Black women. This one young lady had called in the first video I saw. She called in and she had her own business, and she was saying how she only was getting average men and she wanted more high-powered men to date. Kevin literally, and I mean literally, graded her from head to toe how average looking. If you take your weave out, you're just average. Yes, he totally downgraded this woman. I was surprised. Excuse me, my dog is coming back here. Come on in here.
So Sheila, really quickly, are you shocked by the public's reaction?
I'm not shocked, but I'm like with a lot of other people, you don't sit there and ravish or get excited about somebody passing, because we all have to go that way one day. And whether you agree or disagree with someone, you don't have to watch them.
Exactly.
And it's obvious whatever issues he was having with women of color or Black women particularly, he obviously had a reason that he had that, whether he was bisexual or not, or he was done wrong by them. It was obvious he had some underlying issues because he was just blatantly nasty to women that called in. And I was just surprised that the women that would call in and ask for his advice and would sit there and listen to him. Literally, he would scold them and yell at them, but it would be like, I watched it more of a comical sense of, I could not believe someone would even take advice from this man.
Sheila, part of his problem probably was because not only was he twice divorced, but he also owed back child support. So he obviously had issues in the court system.
You heard that he owed back child support?
Oh, absolutely. That's a known fact. He owed back child support and he was twice divorced and estranged from his children. So there was more to it. So the
Oh,
fact that people followed him to begin with, hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. I've been wrestling with myself because I've been listening to people and people saying, oh, you don't rejoice in people's passing. For one, to me, death isn't the ultimate curse. So, and I know I'm probably the only person that thinks that. I think that it's life that's the struggle and death is going to be the easy part. However, with those thoughts in mind, I had to ask myself, is there anybody that would pass that I would be happier? And I would have to say yes. One is actually a public figure. Let's just say somebody we all know and was the leader of our country. And if I heard that person pass, I probably would throw a private party. I don't think I would go on
this is
social
true.
media, but I
Oh
think
my
I probably
gosh.
would dance in the streets. And if I'm being honest, and I'm a whole Christian, and I'll tell you, I do not like that person. And when I heard they had COVID, I was hoping they would not pull through.
Okay,
So
Yeah,
Autumn, we're done.
Okay, Autumn.
Okay, listen, guys. I got a lot of calls.
You gotta stop her.
I'm trying to take a lot of calls today. I appreciate you being so honest. Thank you guys for calling in. Take
have
care.
a good one.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, you know who she was talking about. That is
Yeah, everybody
crazy.
knows.
Hi, 2%. Hi, Pia, and hi, is it Xanadu?
Yes, it's Xanadu. Hey,
Let's start
Sharrell.
with you, 2%. Sound off. What did you want to sound off on?
Are we going with Xanadu first?
Yeah.
Who, Sharrell?
Okay. All right. Well, first of all, Sharrell, quick shout out to you. Listen, y'all get me through these long, tedious work days. I love your channel. I love you, Perry,
Thank
the whole
you.
crew. Y'all do the thing. Okay, so wait. So Kevin Samuels, I am a single Black mother. I am on my thing. I have a good job. I make good money and this and that, right? I will say that I am in agreement with the other panelists that said if you don't like somebody, you just don't listen to what they say. But I will say this, Kevin Samuels was problematic. All of the things that he talked about and the way he ridiculed Black women and talked about them and talked about them being fat and all of that, it was disrespectful. I didn't watch him personally. I think I checked out a couple of his videos as he started to kind of get big and go viral. And I decided right then that he was not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not sad to see him go. I think that he wrote his name and he decided how he wanted to be portrayed. He did that. It's not somebody that I looked up to. I'm not sad to see him go. Because for you to
You
get
notice now, this is the fourth person. No one's coming on here saying that they're devastated.
They are sad.
Cheers to that.
Not sad. I'm not sad. But I will say this. I will say there were things that he did talk about. I'm a mother to a son. I have one child. My one child is going to grow up to be a Black man. And so there are things that he talked about that I think are relevant to a developing Black man, right? There are valid points, but for you to denigrate and ridicule women who are holding down the fort, working all the jobs, taking care of the babies, doing all the homework, going to the doctor's appointments. I'm not sad to see him go.
He had a mother, right?
He had a mother. He had a Black mother. I wonder why she's sitting there
to.
mourning him leaving. I wonder what her opinions were of all of the discussions that he had that insulted her. Yeah. Nobody is perfect. We don't get no handbook. We don't get no instructions on how to do this thing right here. But for you to denigrate and like ridicule us, that's devastating. A lot of us try our best. We know there's some. Can I cuss on here? I can't cuss. I'm gonna call them poop bags because usually I like to say the S word. But there are a lot of women who are poop bags. But there are a lot of us who are not. There are a lot of us who have to live this life and do what we got to do, and we got to keep things rolling. And for him to try to portray that as something that's unacceptable or something that's wrong, I think that it's ironic that he's dead now. I think it's ironic that he probably didn't like women sexually. I think that it's interesting that he left this earth the way he did. I'm not happy about it, but I'm telling you, I ain't mad.
Okay.
Diva, you're my girl. Thank you for calling in. What's your opinion,
Hey,
Diva? Because this is not one person has called in and say, I'm devastated that he's gone. That's crazy.
Well, I understand why, right? Because what he did was very problematic, and I always go by this saying that to much is given, much is required. So he had a very large platform, and I feel he abused the platform by talking about his own sisters and the person too that he offended the most, your own mother, because a Black woman gave birth to you. He was brutal to these people that called in. I understand why they called in, because a lot of people, they're looking for an answer. They're looking for help. They want to know, why am I still single and I do all the right things according to them, right? So he called himself a relationship guru. So they thought they was calling in to get the information. But what they didn't understand, this man was broken. And so that's why you always have to watch who you get your information from. Okay, so I'm not going, there's very few people that I will go buy their book when they're talking about relationships, because I need to know what's going on in your house. You can't even settle your own relationship. How you going to settle mine? So I do agree with 90% of your callers that was saying, I'm not going to rejoice in his death. But however, I do feel everything that came out his mouth was problematic. And the problem is, when you have a good message, but the bad message overrides the good, nobody's going to hear the good. I can't learn from you if you're a whole hot mess. So he would say that woman that with double digit sizes, so if you was a 10 or above, you was worthless pretty much. He went in on us. And I think it is shameful and it's sad that this is how he's going to end. Now, I also agree with many physically, but you know what? Physically, you can look like good, but your insides, your blood work could be saying a whole hot mess of another thing. So although he physically was a certain size, when you looked at him visually, we don't know what the blood work was like.
Do you believe the cocaine and fentanyl rumor?
When I first heard it, when he said he was, and they said he was 56, I was like, and the way it happened, I was like, but I will say this though too, Sharrell. I will say that I had a girlfriend. You know, I have a book club, and it's 11 of us, and they waiting for me. They're gonna choke me. But anyway, listen, she was only 40, and she literally she spoke to her husband, and she said she said she wasn't feeling well. She laid down. When he got to the house, she was already gone, a massive heart attack. You never know. And before that, we didn't know if anything else really going on with her. You never know when it could happen and when your time is going to come. Do I think, because I did hear about the Red Bulls, do I think that perhaps there was some concoction or maybe something that he did that could have propelled this to happen to him quicker? I do. But we have to
Red Bulls are deadly, ain't they? Them Red Bulls.
I don't like those energy drinks. I do not like them, like at all. And the thing is, caffeine on just even in your coffee, like too much caffeine in your coffee or your tea, it could really do a whole number to you and your blood work and your numbers and all that. So that Red Bull, where they have an exuberant amount of caffeine, because some people take it so they can stay up longer if they're tired, so forth and so on. But if you're addicted to them and you're taking 3, 4, 5 of them, one is bad. Imagine taking 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
That's what I was asking. I was asking, was those drinks addictive? Because people seem like once they start drinking them, they can't stop.
Let me read this. Let me read this super chat, because this is coming from a different point of view. King Clay says, "Why do you say he ridiculed black men? That's incorrect. He checked their attitudes, and if they disrespect him, a lot of people learn from him. So that's one."
And that's why a lot of them is still by themselves. And that's why a lot of these broke dudes feeling like a lot of these broke ass men is out here feeling like they are entitled to a high value woman when they ain't fitting the bill. He should have talked about that too. Let's talk about that
too. 2% sound off really quickly.
You guys, bless y'all for being so kind. I mean, I know that there's a long list to get to heaven before me, okay? Because I feel I'm sorry for his family. I'm going to say that. I'm sorry for whoever loved him, and I'm sorry that they loved him. That's how I feel.
Oh my God.
That's how I feel.
Wow.
Okay. And you know, it's like if you love somebody, you correct somebody. And this man was on a nonstop train to just disregard and disrespect every woman and any woman that called. The way I know about him, I wasn't a watcher, I wasn't a fan or anything like that. But one of my employees last spring, a really young kid, I think he was 22, 23, something like that. he, you know, on his break, he would be watching him and giggling. I'm like, what are you watching? And then so, you know, I got curious because you want to be interested in your team. So I'm like, what is this? No. And then I was like, oh, no, oh, no. He's horrible. And I feel like maybe the world to just be able to sleep a little bit better on YouTube. So I don't feel any kind of way. I feel like, you know, be blessed and all that y'all said. So I don't have any kind of ways. And I'm a Christian woman. So, I mean, I know I have some repenting to do and all that good stuff, but no, forget it. You know, he can, sorry for his family. That's all I'm gonna say.
Pia, do you feel the same way as 2%?
And I'm just being real. I can't feel sorry for someone that I don't really give a damn about. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I mean, no, I'm not saying it to be mean, but the first time that I saw a Kevin Samuel video, I actually busted out loud and laughed because I don't know if I'm taking y'all all the way back. I don't know if anybody remembers this guy who wrote a book called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Yep.
First of all, the man was divorced when he wrote that book. That's one. Okay, that's one thing. So every time I see any type of relationship guru pop up, I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I mean, with him, yeah, I do believe that he was bi. Sorry, I do. I believe it. And I mean, frankly, if he had issues, I don't even think it was just issues with women. I think he had issues with himself, with his sexuality, and he took it out on a lot of Black women to make himself feel better. And like I said, when he passed away, I was like, okay, next. Ooh. I mean, I'm sorry. I feel
yeah, we're just being honest here. Yeah.
I mean, my heart goes out to his mom, but I mean, here's another thing. To make a statement that if your child has been molested, don't believe your child. I don't like that because my mother is a victim of sexual abuse. And her mother did nothing about it. She didn't believe her. So right there, I mean, you automatically, you know, sent your soul to hell for saying something like that.
You know what, Tia? You just made me think something. He probably had something happen to him.
Yeah.
Because he was broken inside. He definitely was broken inside. And you just triggered something in me. He probably had something happen to him and nobody believed him or something. Something wasn't right with him.
But that doesn't give the excuse. I'm sorry, but that does not give the excuse to be hateful to. I don't even know how many people that would call in per. You know, when I watched it about a year ago, I think like 3 or 4 women watched, and at first I couldn't even believe that this was real. So just because you have, you know, I understand hurt people, but that I can't give you a green light to continuously load a YouTube video or whatever, a YouTube channel, and constantly just go on there, and your subject matter has not like. What positive thing did he ever say? So
but I agree with you. But you know what though? 1.4 million people was connecting to the shenanigans. So that is part of why he loaded those videos every day. But the thing is too, you got to ask, these women saw videos too. Why are you keep calling in? So something's broken inside of you too. When you know to watch that the last caller he went off on telling the girl she wasn't anything, and you decide you're going to call up, you decide that this the best advice you can get about a relationship is from that man, something's broken in you too.
Absolutely. Well, here's the thing about Kevin Samuels, though. He really, if you think about it, became a parody of himself because a lot of the people that would call him, some were just trolling. Just to see what he was going to say, because I don't believe it because I have to know the person myself. From what was said, and this is just a rumor, he wasn't really like that. He just put on for his videos that he was actually a really decent human being, but he just acted like that for the likes and the clicks and the views.
Wasn't he estranged from his child?
I think he was estranged from his mother because to me, what really sat in my mind was, wait a minute, the mom found out on social media.
Yeah.
It seems kind of hard that somebody could sit up here day after day and talk to different people like that and be putting on. At some point, the real you gonna come out.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, like I said, those are just the rumors. But like I said, personally, like again, and I'm not saying it to be mean, I can't really feel sorry for someone I don't take seriously. I mean, as a Black woman, I know my worth. I'm 39 and single, and I love every minute of it. And I don't feel less of a female or that I'm downgraded enough because I don't have anybody. I mean, when people start saying stuff like that, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let me bring in more callers because we've got a long
And
line.
Sharrell,
Thank you,
let me say this real
Sharrell.
quick, Sharrell.
Bye,
Thank
y'all.
You
you.
said if you're
Bye-bye.
35 and over with kids, you're a leftover. But you know what, Sharrell, that King Clay, he needs to hit the link because I think he feels connected to Kevin Samuels, and he needs to come up and tell us. Say how you feel.
If
Come
you
up
didn't
here.
get in,
Probably got about 3 or
we're
4 baby
backed
mamas
up.
that he ain't taking
Yeah.
care of, and that's why he was feeling Kevin Samuels. Bye, y'all. I'm out of
I
here.
just want to say,
All right, guys.
I just want to say, I really
Bye,
love
Diva.
and respect all you women.
Bye, Diva.
Thank you.
As much as I would love to sit up here and hear another man try to emasculate another female, I'm not going to do that with his, Brooks Brothers suit that King, what's his name, got on.
Thank you, Pia. I appreciate the call.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Whoa, we got a lot of opinions today, don't we?
A lot. Yeah.
Hi, is it Ronnie?
Yes. Hi.
Okay. Hi, Lord. And
Hi.
hey,
Happy
Curves.
to be here.
Let's start with you, Ronnie.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Sin.
Yeah,
let's
you
start with
forgot
you,
me, V. She forgot me.
I
forgot
did. I'm
Sin.
sorry. Sound off, Ronnie. Go ahead. What were your thoughts?
I think if he really wasn't like that in real life, it's even worse because, he's putting this out here for the masses to consume. And there was a lot of young men coming up who were taking this and treating women this way and taking this as a mantra, as a way to treat women. And like a lot of people, some people have really understood that in all of his relationship guidance, there was nothing about emotion. There was nothing about love. Everything was about monetary gain and superficial types of gains in his relationship advice. And I don't know if you talked about it because I was kind of behind in the thread, but this woman who Nosy said was a prostitute, she presented herself to the emergency response to the hotel people. She asked them to bring up the defibrillator because she was a nurse. Now, and also on her IG page, she says that she's an RN.
Oh, you went to the IG page.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So it says that she's an RN. But then some other blogger, they tried to pull it up and they said they don't have any record of her being a nurse anywhere in Georgia, at least. So I just find it really odd too. And I think that I was really surprised that he died from fentanyl, allegedly.
Yeah.
So I think it was more than just her involved in this personally. I do think it was just more than her involved. And
go ahead.
I'm curious to know if his place was robbed as well.
I mean, other people alleged to that earlier, saying there's got to be more to the story. It seems like a setup. That's what you're saying. Sin, what are your thoughts?
Well, I know that, allegedly, he didn't have any relationship with his daughter. And his first wife that he has the child by talked badly about him. It is sickening how, it's terrible. But there is another picture that's floating out there where there was a man laying in his bed. And he was on live, and the man was just laying in his bed, and I'm like,
cap. Cut the bullshit. That didn't happen. Stop it.
I saw that picture too, though. For real.
Lord, you said that's not true because there's a couple people saying that. You're saying that's not true.
A few
he hung up. Wow.
Yeah, that did happen.
I saw that picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few people said they saw it too. A few people said they saw it.
Yeah,
it's
out there. It's out there.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are saying that they've seen it. Curves, sound off. What do you have to say?
Well, just rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, and it's peace to his family. But I must say Going to Kevin Samuels is like taking advice from Johnny Depp on staying sober. Wrong person. That's the wrong person to look at on how to be in a relationship. When he died the same way that he professed many Black women were going to die, alone. You know what I'm saying? So he actually was, I think he was not representing himself in an authentic manner. And if he was doing this stuff for clicks and views, it's all the worse. I mean, be an authentic human. Don't do things for clicks and views. Don't tear down a person like the woman who birthed you, who obviously he didn't care about. You know what I'm saying? Like his whole relationship status with people in his bloodline speaks volumes to why he could say that to women who did nothing other than call in for a little bit of advice. Now, I do have to say that the women that called in for verbal abuse from that fool stayed on the phone. I would have hung up. I wouldn't have called in. All it took was one video snippet for me to know that I wouldn't be participating in that energy. So there's a lot to be said for the women who chose to participate in that energy and avail themselves to that type of abuse. You know what I'm saying? So he had an audience. So it's not completely his fault that he got to act that way. But also, nobody should be taking staying sober advice from Johnny Depp, and nobody should have been taking relationship advice from Kevin Samuels, period.
Hi, Ruth. Long time no see. Sound off.
Hi, y'all.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey. You know, one time I was scrolling through and I saw this guy had a live and he was talking to a woman. I was so angry. The way he was talking down to the woman, the way he was demeaning. I really didn't even know the guy. But you know how when you click on one video, the guy starts coming up in your feed.
Right.
Oh my God, that guy! I ended up, you know, clicking him like I'm not interested in his videos. But once in a while, I would, you know, land on his videos. The guy was disrespectful. That guy hated Black women. But to me, when I listened to him, he was somewhat angry. He was a very angry man towards Black women. Whatever happened, I don't know. But he was very angry towards a Black woman. But I can remember my first video, I was so angry. I'm like, how do you sit there and listen to this man talk to you like this? And he was always, you know, dressed up and smart and I said, how are you so dressed up like you know yourself? How do you disrespect a Black woman? I said, first of all, this economy is carried by Black women. The American economy, let me just say worldwide, us Black women carry this motherfucking economy. Without Black women, baby, shit. I'm telling you, no, we have to be real when it's you know, it's in our rightful place to be real. Black women labor every day. How dare you as a Black man to come and disrespect me after I have pushed you out?
Oh, yeah.
Like, sit the hell down. The man was so disrespectful. I mean, I've seen his videos. He told this woman, so this woman said, because I know my worth. So if you know your worth, how come you have 3 different baby daddies? He was so disrespectful. Way out. I mean, no.
When he told that 34-year-old lady that you were washed up and you, he said something because she was 34 and not married yet. He said that you are washed up or something, he said. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh my God, he was disrespectful. And this guy who just came here and said, stop it. These are the kind of Black men you don't want to even come close. Most Black men who are, you know, let me just say this to say this. A lot of Black men who are not packing, they're insecure and they're angry because Black women like men who are packing. Do you feel me?
Ruth, I can't.
That Kevin guy, he should have been, like he wasn't packing like that. So I think that's why
He was yeah,
You were intact.
SDE, small dick energy.
Yes,
all right,
I'm
guys.
telling you the truth. They're always angry because they're inadequate.
And
they're
another
always angry because they're inadequate to provide for a woman, especially if they see women. Us Black women are strong women. We are strong regardless of what. We will go to work that 16 hours or 8 hours, whatever, 12 hours. We'll come home, clean, cook, bath the kids, do everything. Man.
And another way that he would try to put down Black women, Black educated women especially. Oh, don't nobody want to hear about your degrees. How much student loan debt do you have? Okay, so what? You have your own home. You're single and you have your own home. So what? You're being an adult. But Kevin, you died in an apartment, and it wasn't
in his name.
It wasn't even in your name, Kevin. But you're talking about how to get a high value person, and you're out here picking up a prostitute, taking her to your apartment, and you're talking about people's weight. And if a Black woman, a dark-skinned Black woman, came on with that same body measurement, you would have told her how unworthy she was. That wasn't a big woman.
And you know, I'm sick and tired of these people who are saying he has family. He has family. Yes, he has family. Didn't he know that he had family when he was he's insulting the whole Black woman race? Didn't he know he had family that was Black? I mean, come on now. You keep on saying he has family. We know that he has family. He started it, and we're going to finish it. I'm having tea right now.
He finished it, okay.
Y'all are
totally the wrong person.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for calling in. Ruth, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
I love you.
I love
Say
you
hi
too.
to my brother Perry.
Hi, you guys.
Bye, Sharrell. Take care.
Bye,
Long time no see.
Okay,
Long
thank
time
you.
no
Bye. Bye, Sid.
Oh, wow. Wow. These women have strong opinions. That many women can't be wrong.
Yeah.
No
just,
one,
like I said at the beginning, it's just a sad thing to leave a legacy like that when it would have been so easy to uplift the Black women, even if you don't agree with them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But to each his own.
Yeah. All right, guys. I simply run out of time. This has been an excellent video. You guys got a lot of stuff off your chest. It's not over with. Like I said, don't forget to go to Nosy Ho Live's channel. She's going to be talking about it. They're doing an investigation. They're also talking about it right now at Clubhouse in the group called Kevin Samuels Died with an Escort That Isn't Even Black. This is crazy.
What?
That's the name of the room that they're in, huh? So yeah, this is a lot. And I have a feeling, we got to see an autopsy report. We don't know why he died. And I think, it's crazy.
You have to come back, Sharrell, and when
I'm going to come back with more information because when I'm done, I'm going over to that chat and get all of that stuff because Nosy has a police report. Don't forget to go to Nosy's channel. She has the police report that she's going to read live. So this is probably going to be the next couple of days. We're going to be really following this case. I want to thank everyone for your super chats. Oh, did you have anything to say, V, before I?
No, I just said it. No, I'm good. Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If I didn't get to your call, I do apologize. I am simply out of time. Chat, thank you so much for being so opinionated. If I didn't get to your comments, please leave a comment in the comment section. Also, please don't forget to click that like button on your way out. It really helps my video in the algorithm. And I have a feeling I'm going to follow this case out to the very end, all the way till we get the autopsy. All right, V, let's say bye on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.